Living in America is freaking ridiculous right now. 2 to 3 grand on average. You need to make 2 to 3 times that. $9,000 a month. How many people with regular bachelor degrees are even making that? No one. Not a lot of people. No one wants to live with roommates. That's not the answer. Everybody deserves a safe and clean space. There's no reason why so many people should be roommating, or you can't even buy yourself your own house. It's not, this is horrible.
And I completely agree. $20 an hour used to really feel like it went far, but recently it's not the same anymore. $20 an hour still sounds good, but then when you look at the cost of everything, that it doesn't really do much anymore. You need to have more money coming in. You need to have the extra income, whether there's someone else bringing in income, or you need to have a side hustle, another job. But it just really goes to show you that if you're not already looking at ways to downsize, ways to be more frugal, then I think it's just going to, potentially hurt you in the long run, because prices are only going up. And yeah, hopefully there's going to be change in the country coming up, but in the meantime, you can immediately control what you're spending. And, so I really recommend that people start to work on that if you haven't already, because it's getting tough out there. It's getting tough, and we have to make those tough decisions and choose to sacrifice a little bit more and have a little bit more financial preparedness.
How do y'all enjoy your weekends when you're broke? Am I the only one saying this? But like, you ever work all week, you realize you ain't got no money, then the weekend rolls around, and you think to yourself, I can't enjoy it because I got no money to do nothing. I remember in the summertime, one time I was like, getting ready to go get gas to mow my lawn, and I realized I was broke and had to like take money off my overdraft, my checking account, just to buy fuel for my lawnmower. And I'm like, I just want to be able to enjoy my weekend and feel like I got a few extra dollars, or like when I'm mowing my lawn, I want to take pride in that. But I can't explain the feeling that you get when you're broke on a weekend. You just almost feel guilty for enjoying yourself.
I don't want to trigger anyone by talking about this, but like, how much money are we spending on groceries a month? I just went over our budget for last month, and our family of 4 spent $1,200 on groceries. And like, yes, that does include like household items like toilet paper, paper towels, like household items, but $1,200. We're not eating all organic. We're not eating like anything out of the ordinary. Just like a normal American diet. Like when did this happen?
How are we doing? Went to the grocery store. Let me show you what I got. It was just a quick run. Trash bags, a few command strips, only 2 pre-made food things, and 2 little Easter basket type things I'm gonna put in, little magnets. That's it. That's all I got. $121.
I'm gonna show you why mass looting is gonna start soon. Dude, $12.44. Patties? Come on. Bro, $12.28 for some taquitos. Can't even afford eggs. Bro, $9.92 for a frozen pizza. The same price as the Uno's one, bro. Bro, frozen fish nugget bites, $6.62.
Okay, so mass looting. This is something that we all have seen on the news, and this person is making a joke about it, but it's also kind of hinting that, hey, the way that prices are going, it's almost to be expected that something like this could happen. Like, let's not be surprised. And I didn't even think about that until I saw this video, and I thought, oh wow, okay, so can this be something that does happen? What do you think? This is when you have to go back to your basic rice and beans and bananas and carrots and just a few things like that, not getting anything that's prepackaged, not buying all of the more of the luxury items, but just items that are the basic necessities for you and your family. And this is also why I am such a proponent of buying things in advance, stocking up on food, being prepared for times like this, because the only way to really combat inflation is to buy things in advance, to change up what you are buying, to start to grow your own food, to find local sources of basic food items like your farmers, whatever they're producing, things like that, because it's getting very, very difficult to survive and be able to feed your family in the same way that you are used to. You just almost can't do it anymore.
This bag, hey, look, hold on, this bag only has, see, that's the air right here. Stay with me, people. From here down, $6.49.
Wait, $6.29.
Okay, well,
20
whatever.
cents.
I mean $6 for this.
Groceries are absolutely ridiculous.
Look, I gotta get a wire transfer from Wells Fargo just to buy a pack of chips.
These grocery prices in rural Washington.
Have y'all seen the news today? Because from what I'm seeing, it looks like we all need to be having a garden now. Because if things are about to be as bad as they're looking with these tariffs and everything else, like, bro, grocery prices they're already high as heck, but they really about to be high now. So if you don't have a garden, honey, you need to start one. And I don't want to hear nothing about having a green thumb. I don't want to hear none of that. It's all about reading, learning, and trial and error. So just start it now and thank me later.
I definitely second that. If you don't think now is a good time to start a garden, you really need to think again. This is something that people have been doing for generations, and it's only within the past 2 generations that we have stopped being so connected with the land, having the ability and the knowledge to be able to produce our own food. We go to the grocery store for everything nowadays, and realistically, the more we can start to learn about gardening, about different traditional skills, if you haven't started already, you're just going to be doing yourself a favor, and I highly recommend that you get started with that. But to see where we are today, it's just crazy. And I just think, where do we go from here? What happens in another 6 months? What about fast forward 1 year? People literally, I don't know how everyone's going to be affording groceries. And I think people are starting to really realize the hit to their pocketbooks. And it's at the point that people are getting upset and they're being startled by the prices. But it's not at the point yet where people are really starting to freak out and some things are maybe starting to happen.